Hello, Riggsers. Welcome to episode 15 of the WRIGS Podcast, the weekly reflection, introspection, gratitude, and sharing podcast. Week 15, as I just said, it's been a good week actually. It's weird because I come here not really knowing what I'm going to talk about because it feels like I'm kind of just going through the motions at the moment, even though it's in a good way. I guess I haven't had a lot on my mind, which is why it's almost hard to reflect because I'm just like so busy all the time. But I'm tired. I work a lot. But basically started driving back this week after sort of more or less a week for a break for a week, and it went very well. Like every time I went out on the road, I made very good money, so that helped me feel less stressed because I'm like, yeah, sweet, like this is going well, and if I'm in trouble, I can just jump in my car and drive. And also, it's not always going to be peak hour and good money. Like it seems like there's a lot of good money more or less all the time. So that was Tuesday. Actually, no, I don't think I drove on Tuesday morning. No, I'm making that up. I didn't drive Tuesday morning. I can't remember what I did. I probably slept in and yeah, just went to the gym and stretch and etc. Definitely coached in the afternoon. But yeah, I can't remember what I did on Tuesday morning. Must have been pretty chill. And Wednesday morning I definitely drove, that I remember, because I made quote unquote so much money that I decided to take the afternoon off, whereas normally on Wednesdays I drive in the morning and in the afternoon. So I was quite happy with that because not only did I get enough money to get me by that day, but I was also able to recognize it, and I didn't get greedy like I probably would have. Like I probably would have in the past, just to feel secure. So yeah, it was good. Went for a haircut, which is always like, even though it's a little bit of money, it's money I spend on me, so I always feel good after that. And then just did a bunch of like chilling. Yeah, Wednesday. I remember Wednesday evening feeling like I had a good day. Probably because of the driving in the morning. It just set me up strongly. And then at the gym with my colleague, basically told me I was doing a good job, so which is always like welcome. And yeah, it was a pretty simple day. And I also on Wednesday I reached out to another gym to see, because they were looking for a coach, and I was wondering if they were still looking. Not really thinking too much about it. Like I was like, I don't have a resume because I've only ever coached at my gym. But I just this message and I was like, I wonder if you're still looking for a coach. If so, here's me. I don't really have a resume, but I'm happy to work on one if you want one. And yeah, and basically the gym owner replied and say, I'm still looking for a coach, and ask me a few questions, and turns out we're going for a chat on Tuesday now, which made me happy, stressed, anxious too. Happy because if all goes well, assuming all goes well, and I don't see why it wouldn't, I'm gonna get exposed to something else. I love my gym, but I need to, in order for me to work towards my goal, which is opening my own gym, it would be good to see other things and other how they run things in other businesses, etc. So I'd be pretty excited about that, but also anxious and stressed because am I gonna like it? Are they gonna like me? Normal questions, but still things that have been on my mind for those 24 hours from that Wednesday evening. And also, I wanted to talk to my current boss because I didn't know if that was going to be an issue or not. In my head, it's not an issue, but I can kind of see why it would be. Especially if it has been in the past, if someone sort of like had a second job and then ended up leaving because of that, etc. And I don't want to leave my current place. I still want to give back more as a thank you for the opportunity and the chance that they gave me, that my boss gave me, and the fact that they've paid for some of my education, my CrossFit level 2, like they paid half of it. Like it's they've supported me. So I don't want to leave. I will leave eventually because I'll start my own thing, and who knows, not that I'm planning on it, but maybe I'll leave before I start my own thing. But I'm not just yet, because it's important to me that I give back. Just to be grateful, just as I'm grateful that what they've done for me. Yeah, I don't want to leave at the first opportunity that I get. But that made me stressed because I was like, oh, what if he doesn't take it well? What if he says no, absolutely not? It's them or me, etc. Like, I mean, I think the good thing in all of that, it was, well, I did think, if he tells me no, I'm still staying there. Because, like I said, I haven't finished giving back. I'd be disappointed, but I will understand, and I won't hold a grudge or anything. But turns out he's happy for me to do that on conditions. I don't know if conditions is the right word, but he wanted to make sure it was because I want to learn more and learn different things, and not because I was getting tired of the place, which is not the case. And the other condition is, which makes sense, is that as long as it doesn't impact my work at my current place of work, which, yeah, makes sense. So I'm hoping that when I go to that chat on Tuesday with the other gym, that they will be happy with me being sort of like a flexible fill-in, where we can sort of stay a couple of days before. Are you free this morning? Are you free that day? And we can work on that. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's first have a chat. It's gonna be strange. I'm gonna go and train there on Tuesday morning, and then we'll have a chat because the boss is coaching, and they've basically suggested this idea, so I'll get to meet some people around in the box already, which I think is a pretty good idea, and to see if I like the way they run things, etc. So even though it's only one workout, it's pretty, I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. But I'm a little bit, I don't know, it's just gonna be weird. I've started CrossFit in where I'm currently training 10 years ago. I did one, then that first year when I was in France, I trained somewhere where I did not like it. And then the year after, I trained in another gym in France whenever I went back, which I liked. And it's been basically, so I've only ever trained where I'm training right now, and in France to the same box every year that I go back. It's going to be strange to sort of like consider another place, as a place of training, not really just as a dropping in because I'm on holidays, but like because I might be there regularly. Yeah, it's a little bit strange, but I'm excited. I think I'm more excited than worried about it, which is good. Yeah, I'm hoping I can learn a lot. It does. Obviously, I don't have details, but we'll see. Depending on how much they pay and how much hours they gave me, I might lose. I might take a bit of a salary cut because, like I said, driving is paying really well right now, and coaching might not be paying as much. But it'll be heaps more fun, and it's also an investment on my future. So it's not just about money. But yeah, we'll see if that. I don't know. We'll see if it's a big cut or not. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Sorry. Where am I? I'm on Friday now already. Yeah. Because I had this chat with my boss on Friday. So I was pretty stressed and nervous about everything, about the whole situation. I felt a bit weird not telling him. I felt much better once I told him. So from Wednesday evening until Friday morning was a bit strange. One thing I'm grateful though is that I listened to my body. On Friday especially, I was just a bit beaten up and I was just like, nah, you should not train. My heart wanted to, and I really wanted to, but I didn't. So it's just another repetition of me less showing up for myself. Because now I feel okay, which was probably a good thing. I've had, and then Friday afternoon I ended up driving as well, and which was pretty lucrative. So grateful for that. And then on Saturday, so yesterday, today's Sunday by the way, I'm recording Sunday for once. On the Saturday my friend was celebrating their 40th birthday, and they went camping for 3 days. They left Friday and then they came back today. When they invited me a couple of weeks ago, I already had plans for the Saturday, so I was already committed, so I couldn't go to the 40th. Plus, I don't really like camping, but I would have made the effort. And those plans that I was going to have yesterday got cancelled last week. So what I did, because by then I was already working the Friday and the Sunday, I couldn't go for the 3 days. I decided that if I made enough money during the week, that on Saturday I would drive up, which was a 2.5 hour drive, and then come back for another 2.5 hour drive, just for the day, to surprise my friend on their birthday, on their 40th. And so managed to do it all. Left Saturday relatively early and surprised them. Beautiful location, beautiful weather, although very windy. But just went for one day because I don't like camping. And then when I got there, everybody was just flustered with their tent and their setup, and it was just quite funny. No one looked like very happy to be there. I think they were just very hot because they had just more or less woken up, a little bit hangover, etc. So I don't know. It was a bit awkward when I first arrived. I think I didn't really know what to do, where to go. But then we went on the beach. We spent a few hours on the beach. It was really nice. And then we just hang out. Nothing special, just quality time, surrounded with friends. Until I had to leave, because I had to leave before sunset, because you can't really drive at dusk in those regions in Western Australia because of the wild animals crossing the road at dusk. So left, and then today I had a shift at the restaurant. But I just want to reflect on how good it was to be with my friends at the beach, especially because they're people that never go to the beach. In the 10 years I've known them, we've never been to the beach together. And even when we did, it was just like after an hour they go, oh, I'm bored, let's go to the pub, let's go for a drink. And I'm just like, I'm just so used to spend like 6 hours at a time at the beach. I'm just like, no. But because we're in the middle of nowhere and they had their drinks with them, um, they stayed on the beach. And so not only was it quality time with my friend, but we also did something that I really like to do, which is nothing, sunbathing. So it was, I don't know, it was just nice to share this moment. Like I'm hoping I remember that afternoon, that day for quite a long time. And yeah, and also I felt very happy because I could have easily stayed home, not tell them that my plans were cancelled, and go work and go after some money, etc. Whereas I thought it was important to make an effort for my friend. 40 is a bit of a milestone. So I was proud, I guess, proud of myself for doing this, and just happy with my behavior and me lining up to my values. It's important to me to be there on my friends' celebrations, and once the opportunity arose, I I took it, and I I I, I did what I like to do. But I also didn't compromise my own. Like I said, sort of like set my boundaries. I could have gone there and have a few drinks and slept there for the night, and then drive Sunday morning before my shift. But that would have been too much. And so I just set my boundaries, which was I go, but I'm going for the day because again, I don't like camping, and because I have work the next day, and I don't want to be too tired. And yeah, it was nice. And like I think I made the right decision, and I did it on my term, I guess, as well. So that was good. And when I come back, my housemates were home, and we're just about to order some food and watch a movie. And I was like, "Oh, can I join?" And so we ordered some takeaway and watched the movie all together. It was nice. Yeah, it was pretty good. Good moment. And today work was a bit. I don't know. The day started well this morning. I don't know. I woke up in a good mood. I had a good night's sleep. Did a couple of things in the morning before going to work, and the day just dragged. Yeah, it was like it was busy, etc. But then I don't know. I just didn't have a lot of fun. We were a bit understaffed, so I was just like, as the day went along, I was just a bit like, nah, I'm a little bit over it. And I think, and I was looking at, because I work on a beachfront restaurant, and the beach was just so nice. It was, um, the water was very flat, like no waves at all. I like waves, but that just looked very appealing because it was very flat. There was no wind, and I was just thinking to myself, oh, I wish, and I've done that before when I go like, I wish I had brought my towel so once I clock off I can go straight to the beach, and I just never do it. I seem to always have things to do on a Sunday evening, which is silly. Next Sunday I need to remember that after work I want to go to the beach and take my towel with me, or even if I don't go, at least have the option. Or not having. I don't want to have things left to do Sunday evening, so that if I choose to go to the beach, I don't feel stressed about meal prepping. I did some meal prepping tonight, emails or whatever. Like I want to, yeah. So my challenge, I think, for next week is going to be on top of everything by Saturday, so that Sunday after work I can go for a dip if I want to. Hopefully it's going to be a hot day. Yeah, one thing though that really brightened up my day this afternoon, as I was working, one of my colleagues said, like started I think at 4:30 and I finished at 5. And I was like, oh, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Like, yeah, sure. Oh, you working tonight? And I was like, no, I'm finishing at 5. And she's like, no. She said something. She said, I needed I needed your smile to get through my shift today or something like that. Like I needed your smile is the exact word, but I don't really know what was just before, just after. I don't really remember. But I was like, oh, that's so nice. Thank you. And then I still like checked on her, like, are you okay? What's going on? And she's like, I'm just having a shit day. But I'll be alright. But I was like, I don't think that's probably one of the best compliments I've ever received. I need your smile to get through that day. I didn't even know. I don't know. Part of me goes, she did. It's just a saying. She didn't really. She was just being funny. But part of me is like, oh, maybe maybe when she saw me, she did think, oh, sweet Matze, I'm gonna have a laugh. So yeah, you never know the impact you have on people. And it made me sort of like reflect and was like, oh, every time they're around, because they're hard workers, so I'm like, yeah, we usually have a good time. So maybe I am the person that can cheer people up as well, even when I'm not in a great mood, etc. But yeah, I don't know, just that look, whether it was meant or not, I took it as a very big compliment. And yeah, it's not about what happened to you, it's what you do with it, right? So I'm gonna take it on board as a compliment, and also I'm gonna be to try and smile more to people, because maybe some people need it and they won't say. You never know. Yeah, yeah. I feel also I didn't start with it because I don't know. It seemed to be awkward to start with the end, but in the last hour and a half, I had a big dip in my mood, almost like a Sunday scaries, except I don't care about Mondays and I'm fine. But I'm trying to understand what happened, and I think there's a couple of things. Because I've changed all my furniture, I'm getting rid of the old ones, and I put it on sale on Marketplace, and then I put it in my stories to say if any of my friends wants it, I'll give it to you for free. And this friend reached out to me and was just like, I'll take it, I need it, absolutely, please, please, please. And I'm like, yep, no problem, when can you come pick it up? I'll let you know. And then that was on Wednesday, I think. And since then, it's just been like, this day, oh no, I can't that day, oh, I'll come this day. And then it was like, okay, I'll come. Oh, I took a shift, so now I can't come anymore. And I'm starting to feel like, look, do you want this furniture or not? If you're not serious about it, that's fine. Or if you're serious, like, I don't know, priorities, but just don't play with my time. I'm being quite generous here, and like I'm not expecting praise or anything, but can you just, I feel disrespected almost, like, oh yeah, you're giving me this, but also can you also just rearrange your whole schedule because of my indecisiveness? And I'm like, no, it's just so I think I need to reach out and say, can we put something definitive, because this old furniture in my apartment is annoying me because it's in the way. Because obviously now that I've got the new furniture, then it's just a bit of a mess, and I don't like it. I don't like clutter. And knowing that shit, and then that friend is like, oh, my friend so their housemate, they were not available, and they were like, oh, I'll come, can I come, and I'll just do it on my own. And we're like, you can't carry a couch on your own. Oh, but I'm strong. It doesn't matter, it's a couch. You can't, and the dining table is like 1.8 meter long, like you can't carry. And he's just like, oh, okay, sorry. And then, oh, we'll come that day. Oh no, I'll come alone. And it's just a lot of this. yeah, it's just giving me a headache just talking about it. So I'm gonna try to, yeah. I think I feel like I'm being like fucked around almost. So I need to, yeah, just set boundaries again. And then I also have this friend who we've been trying to catch up for maybe a couple of weeks now. It's always, oh, I can't. Yes, I can, but they can't, or they can, but I can't. And then originally I was like, hey, do you want to do Saturday evening, as in last night? And they were like, oh, I can't. I might do this that weekend. I'm like, okay, next time. And then turned out they didn't do the thing that they might have done, but they'd never tried to catch up. And then they just messaged me this afternoon, be like, oh, just a bit, I don't know, I think we just like, I replied to a meme or something that they sent me. And they're like, oh, do you want to come to this bar now? And I'm just like, I can't. Like, it's always last minute. Why? I don't know why. I don't know if it's me that's weird about this, but it's never, they never make plan. They never plan on seeing me. I feel like it's always very last, it's always like, hey, I'm here, do you want to come? But it's almost as if they feel like, I feel like I'm a bit of a last resort. It's like, why don't you just message me a day before when or 48 hours before? Like, why can't you plan something with, why can't you plan all those things with your friends, but not with me? Again, I feel like a bit fucked around by this other person, and maybe those two things happening at the same time made me a bit of a dip in my mood. I'm not quite sure. But I think maybe I need to address those two things, to the risk of ruffling some feathers maybe, but I need to do this for my well-being, really. I'm not respecting myself if I let people treat me this way. Yeah. Interesting one. I'll see. I'll give you another couple of days, see how I feel about that, see if those things are resolving or not. And if not, maybe set some boundaries for myself. And yeah, that's your Tuesday to Sunday. I can't believe I can't remember what I did Tuesday morning. It's so strange. Went to the shops maybe and did some meal prep. Maybe. Yeah, I really don't remember. Interesting. But yeah, that's it. That's the week. Not a lot of insights. Not a lot going on. I think I should probably try to do some gratitude right now about what happened this week. So grateful to see my friends, that I got to see my friends for their 40th and all my other friends, and we did something that I like. I'm hoping it'd be a core memory for the next 10 years until their 50th maybe. Grateful that me giving away my furniture to a friend, well, to someone has found some, that this idea worked, and someone that needs it is gonna get it for free, thanks to my generosity. I guess, yeah. I'm grateful it's gonna be put to good use rather than selling to a stranger for like $50 each or whatever. So like I think I've prioritized my friendships instead of $100, which is why I'm grateful for me doing this. And what else? I think grateful for all the work that I've done, because all those little things would have put me down so much even 6 months ago, I would have been very down. And now I can, whenever things happen, I'm able to set boundaries, pick myself up, do the right thing for me. Last weekend I was in a shit headspace, and it didn't last. It didn't last nowhere long to what it would have lasted, because I took the right steps last weekend. And then by Tuesday, I felt much better because I showed up for myself. So I'm grateful for that. Grateful for what I'm learning in my capacity to apply it to real life situations. Grateful for this podcast. And grateful for you guys for giving me your time and listening to me rambling about my week and my feelings. Yeah. So that's a wrap. As always, I'm glad that it is, because I'm doing this for me, but as always, I hope it can help you in some way. Look after yourself and see you next week. Ciao.